It is the 1st of December. The year truly flew by in a blink of an eye. And what I'm doing this month is detaching. Not necessarily removing myself from everything in my life this month, but more so focusing and locking in on the things that I want. I have never been so clear than now. I literally know what journey I'm on and what journey I need to be on. And I feel like I'm on the right pathway finally. Like, you know, when you feel very directionless, but then once you have put in the journaling, the steps, all of the things in motion, we have the voice of motion. Anyways, the direction just becomes so clear. And I know what I want, and I need to lock in so I can get myself together. So that is also why this month I am posting every other day. You know, it's my version of Vlogmas. We'll have some vlogs here and there, but it'll be a lot of me talking and my usual content. That is my goal for this month as the ambitious person as I am. I want to post every other day. We are locking in so that I can focus on that to stay very clear in what I want. And I want to continue to own that and step into that and step into the person that I want to be. Especially given the political climate next year, it's really important that as women in particular, we prioritize our well-being, our finances, our emotions, our career, our sanity. So if you're already inside, you may as well use this time to detach, to focus, and to lock in. And the whole purpose of the December detachment is to really step into the law of assumption. I recently learned about this and was like, whoa, this is mind-blowing. So instead of being like me and thinking worst case scenario, the law of assumption helps you understand the best case scenario. So instead of always thinking of the negative aspect, the negative possibility, you're thinking more of the positive possibility, more of an abundance. And so if you feel like you are either unfocused or you feel like you're so clear on what you want, because I really think that detaching this month can help anyone in any boat. Keep on watching because I'm going to share the categories that I'm locking in on, why it's important to me, and why it may help you out. Number one, emotions. I do not want to be taken advantage of. I want to continue to listen to my gut, and I want to really discern, especially with the people who are around me, who I spend a lot of time with. I want to make sure I'm discerning who is right for me and who I should be spending my energy on and who I shouldn't. Sometimes this year I have felt a little bit taken advantage of, taken for granted. No one ever wants to feel like that, especially with people that you spend a lot of time with or people that you call friends. You don't ever want to feel like you're being taken for granted when you have put in a lot of care or a lot of consideration into a person. And as a sensitive person, when I am feeling like I'm taken advantage of, when I feel like my emotions are not really heard, when I feel like my emotions are being stepped over, it does not do me any good. It really encourages me to spiral and overthink. And I just exert a lot of energy that shouldn't be exerted. And it's just a lot of wasted time. So making sure that I am focusing my emotions on situations and people that really matter. And making sure that I don't exert energy on things that are not in my purview, things that are not priority to me. This year I do, and I can recount a few times when I was exerting energy on situations, on people that did not deserve that much capacity in my brain, in my heart. You did not need to be in my thoughts that much, you know what I mean? Or situations that did not need to take out so much energy from me. I actually will have a separate video all on how to regulate your emotions as a sensitive person and to dive a little bit deeper into what I'm talking about. So stay tuned for that this month. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I am so clear-headed on my passions and where I want to go and where I want to take my passions and my career, all of that. It's so crazy. It's such an insane but fulfilling and satisfying feeling to be so clear on what you want and to be putting in the steps and putting in the work towards what you want and seeing like little mini results as well. You're seeing yourself on the right trajectory and you just don't want to take yourself off of that pathway because you know that'll interrupt your flow and your groove of things. So I am really going to detach from work that doesn't actually propel me towards where I want to go. So that may be I am focusing more on YouTube, for example. Like that is what I'm prioritizing a lot more when it comes to my content creation. I'm also trying to prioritize my newsletter and making sure I'm consistent in that way because I know that writing is a big passion of mine, and I've always been trying to figure out what is the best way for me to use the skill that I have. Now I've figured it out. Creating the newsletter, which will have content that helps us save more time and make more time to focus on the things that we love, because that is an issue that I struggle with, not having enough time to do what I want. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way. And the newsletter will be an avenue for me to focus and dive deeper into different ways to help you save more time. And that's a very broad concept. So if you're curious, definitely subscribe to the newsletter. It's on Substack. It's just so exciting to feel like you're actually stepping into your purpose. And so there's no reason why I should fall off of this pathway. I am locking in on my health and wellness. So not necessarily with food, because I already eat pretty healthy. I would say I cook a lot. I love my vegetables and fruit. Fruits are my favorite snack. I feel like I'm getting a good balanced meal. What I really am trying to work on is my hormonal acne. Guys, I'm happy that I'm at a point in my skin where I only break out around my period. However, I only break out around my period. And when I tell you, it's a lot sometimes. It's not one breakout. It'll be like 3 breakouts. Then it leaves the most dark scar on my face and it takes forever to get rid of it. So trying to figure out the hormonal acne, like how can I reduce it to just like 1 pimple? How can I sort out the hyperpigmentation? What can I do? So locking in on that. I have a probiotic that is geared towards healthier skin. It has like a lot of zinc in it, a lot of ingredients that are helpful to calm the hormones and calm the hormonal acne, but I haven't been consistent with it. So being consistent with taking my probiotics. I also have another one that I recently bought that is on the way. It is, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's this one, which is also supposed to be helpful towards hormonal acne. I read a study. Here's the thing, I be reading my studies because I don't want to just ingest anything, and obviously talk to your physician. But I read a study, it was an NIH, and the study showed that there was like a good amount of improvement in people's skin who were using this acid. If there's a way that I could reduce it so that it's not so severe, it's not like 3-4 pimples popping up, it's just 1, that would be fire. I would love it. Another thing is drinking more juices. I made a ginger shot a couple weeks ago. It was fire. Okay, so I'm gonna be drinking more of my little ginger shots. I have all the ingredients today. I can definitely see a difference in how I feel when I take ginger shots in the morning. And I also love ginger, and it's anti-inflammatory. And I also am including other ingredients into it like turmeric, oranges, pineapples, all the good stuff. Relationships. We are locking in on healthy relationships. And I actually tiered it out. So, well, not, yeah, I tiered it out. So basically family, friends, that's like at the top. And then like dating, that's at the bottom. Let's be real. When you are so clear and focused on what you want, men, dating, that's not really in the picture for me right now. If I ever get into a relationship, cool, that'll be great, because you know I do have a goal of getting married in my 30s and I'm 26, so you know time is ticking. However, that's not my main priority right now in life. I have so many other goals that I'm trying to achieve and so many other passions that I am working on. So if you are someone else who feels like you are very ambitious and you're very goal oriented and you just don't have time to date, or you haven't really found suitors because you're not putting in the time to look for suitable suitors, so when you do go out, it's just the leftovers, maybe just deprioritize dating in this instance, because clearly there's a lot already in your head, a lot of things that you're prioritizing already. Like me, for example, I'm prioritizing my side hustles and my passions, and that's it. Like that's my baby, that's my man right now. So when it comes to friendships and family, making sure that I am making time as well to spend time with my friends and family, making sure that my friendships are healthy and there's no jealousy, there's no animosity, there's nothing toxic in the friendship. I have noticed that, especially since I turned 25 last year, once my frontal lobe kicked in, I just have outgrown a lot of friendships, or friendships have kind of shifted in their priority in their level. So maybe I had friends who were like my super close friends, but now we're just friends or like associates, whatever. And that's totally fine. That's just what happens when you grow up. You outgrow people. And also when you have different types of life journeys, you have different types of goals, you're seeing life in different ways, your friendships may not last all the time. You can find other friends when you make the effort to make other friends. When you go to places with like-minded people so you can introduce yourself that way, going to networking events, happy hours. There are so many cool like friendship groups that I've been seeing popping up on TikTok that like host events for people to make friends, especially in the city, because I know a lot of people say it's really hard to make friends in their city. So I would suggest going on TikTok, going on Instagram, and finding some of those friendship groups and seeing if they have any events in your city if you really want to find more like-minded women who are gonna A, inspire you, and B, hold you accountable towards your goals as well. Let's face it, we all want to make sure our friends are also some of our biggest cheerleaders, biggest champions, you know what I mean? And vice versa. You are also supporting their endeavors, their work, what they're doing. You never want to feel like you are outgrowing or outpacing your friendships. So I would say maybe reassess your friendships. Look at how your friendships are going right now and determine whether you've outgrown certain friendships. If there are friendships where you guys need a friendship check-in and you need to just really make sure that everyone is on the same page. And if you have friends who you haven't spoken to in a while, checking in on them as well, and just making sure you are being present for people as best as you can, because I know we are in a detachment phase right now, but you can't fully detach from everybody. That's not the most healthy thing. It's more so making sure you're focused on your priorities and allowing other people to have time with you, but not consume all of your time. Finances. Oh, I feel like this is a big one after work and passions. I have learned so much about investing and financial literacy this year that I just want to make sure that I'm making the best investments that are right for me. I know personally that I can be a risk taker, but when it comes to investing, especially in stocks, for example, I want to make sure I'm investing in things that are data proven to make a return on investment. So like index funds, for example, I've learned a lot about the S&P 500. There's ETFs that you can buy portions of if you can't afford the whole lump sum of the stock. Just continuing to learn about different types of investments that are out there so that I can make sure that I am purchasing stocks if it's stocks, learning more about property investment because I definitely do want to own a couple properties by 30. That would be really great. That would be really cool. We'll see. But that's the goal, owning some properties as well, because you want to have a diversified portfolio when it comes to your investments and assets. And then making sure I have the best high yield savings account. I have one right now, but I'm pretty sure the monthly percentage of interest went down a little bit. So I may open up another savings account with a better high yield. We'll see. But also just looking in and making informed choices for my finances. Travel credit cards and travel rewards is something that I really want to educate myself on a lot more, just because next year I want to be doing a lot of international traveling. Do I need a travel credit card? Should I take advantage of travel rewards? How do I do that? So making sure that I am, one, well educated on different finances that are impacting me, and two, understanding where my money is going and how I can build my money and making sure it's working for me. Education. Should I go to grad school? Am I going to grad school? I think there are a lot of things that are up in the air. So I'm going to be really locked in on looking at grad schools. How can I make the best choice that involves the least amount of debt? Because let's be real, I don't want X amount of student loan debt. I'm already like almost done with my student loan debt. You know what I mean? And then building my skills in my career, in my home life, everywhere. I have found so many free courses. There's so many free courses on so many topics that I need to learn about. Like, for example, I talked about property investing, and Fannie Mae has a free course for first-time home buyers. So I'm definitely going to check out that course so I can learn more about the terminology when it comes to owning a home and the whole process. So December is definitely the best time for you to just lock in on leveling up your skills, finding free courses, doing research, reading, understanding different concepts that you've been curious about or different concepts that are impacting your life, whether it's from finances to school. Definitely use this time because look, I know a lot of us are probably indoors because it's real cold. Definitely use this time to level up. And then finally, beauty. One problem that I've had this year is having a consistent, like weekly-ish routine when it comes to my maintenance. All right. So by that, I mean more so my DIY at-home maintenance. So shaving my legs, especially in the wintertime, because they're covered. I was just I go like a couple weeks, but no, I like having hairless legs. What can I say? It's way better. Also, making sure I'm exfoliating consistently. Just little things. Shaving my face. My skin always looks so glowy and clear and so good when I shave my face. Doing my brows. Just making sure I'm being consistent with it because I'm just not consistent with it this year. So I am trying to have Sundays be the day when I do all of that and do my at-home maintenance, my reset, so that I can keep up with my beauty, as well as number two, be sort of like high maintenance to be low maintenance. So that is really well-rounded when it comes to all of beauty. So from hair to nails to skin to what I'm eating inside and outside, making sure that I have put in the investments in the beginnings to make it easier at the end. Buying wigs, for example, like a glueless wig. I recently bought a glueless wig and I think that's such a great investment because all I gotta do is pop it on. This wig, this is a wig that I've had for a while, like a couple years, and I just use it as like my little headband wig. So when I'm going to the gym, when I'm going to run errands, I just plop this on and it looks cute. It looks good to go. Knowing what makeup looks good for my skin, what styles work for me, that has helped me a lot this year. So it's a lot easier for me to do my makeup pretty quickly, and I'll try some new things here and there, but if I'm in a rush, I know what to do it quick and easy so that I'm not stressed that my makeup is not looking right. Overall, just knowing what looks best on me, from fashion to jewelry to makeup to hair, just knowing those key looks so that I can repurpose it, make sure those styles are working in my favor so that I don't feel stressed and annoyed. And putting in the investments that I need to put in so that I can have a much easier time getting ready. So that is my detachment guide for this month. Let me know what you think, and if you feel like you need to detach this month to lock in, let me know. I would love to hear what you need to focus on this month so we can focus on it together.